Hey, Colab Coach here yet again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. It's week number 2 of the Intimate Relationship Series, your Intimate Relationship Series. And without any further delay, the topic for this week is the mistakes people make when it comes to their intimate relationships. We're going deep diving into the fact that there are a lot of mistakes people make when it comes to intimate relationships. Not to say that you are one of those people that have made these mistakes, but if you are, I'm going to try to share some things to help prevent you making those mistakes going forward in your long lasting relationships. Now, the first mistake people make is that they invite a lot of people into their relationships. They go and seek advice from a lot of different people. They keep asking different people how they think about these relationships. Not to say there's anything wrong with asking for advice and for help, but when you start including a whole bunch of people into your relationships and you start allowing a lot of different opinions, a lot of different thought processes, a lot of perspectives into the relationship, it starts to get confusing and convoluted. The biggest thing about this is that you are not having those conversations with your significant other as much, but you're rather now having conversations with other people. Not to say again that this is terrible, it's just the fact that you don't have that foundation that you thought you did, because now your foundation is a mixture of a whole bunch of different other stones, other pebbles, other ideas, other people's perspectives, and it's not cohesive into what you and your significant other, whether a friend, whether a family member, whether actually being someone that you're intimate with in a long lasting relationship, have decided on, if you have decided on anything. So that mistake of allowing so many different voices into your ear, allowing so many different perspectives into your ear, and especially into your relationships, is a big mistake if you're not using it wisely. Now, there are wise ways how to use this. You are definitely getting advice not to take every single person's advice into your heart, but filtering out the best things that are being shared and the things that you need to let go of. Now, another mistake people make when it comes to their relationships is that they do not communicate with their significant others when it comes to a problem. There are people who are afraid of having those tough conversations. A lot of times when you have those tough conversations, there may be loud voices, there may be disagreements, there may be people getting upset. And that is part of the conversation. Not to say you should be yelling at someone or fighting someone physically or verbally abusing or doing anything of that nature, but you will have different perspectives that you may not agree with, especially with your significant other, especially if it's something that you feel like there is something that's been happening in a relationship that you need to change, and you are fed up, you're tired of it, and you think it's not beneficial for your relationship going forward, to the point where you're even thinking about leaving. You have to have those tough conversations. Don't avoid those conversations, because those are the testaments of whether you're able to move forward in a relationship or to end the relationship, depending how hard you are willing to work to reconcile certain things that are happening in a relationship, or you are deciding that, hey, this is time for you to just step away completely. The last thing that I will talk about, there's a lot of them, but the last thing that I will talk about when it comes to mistakes people make is that they are not clearly defining what their relationship is all about. A lot of people tend to just step in relationships just to see how things are going, but I'm here to say, have a good idea of what you are thinking about in this relationship. Not to say that you shouldn't just be free-minded and carefree. There are points in relationships where you should do that. But if you're trying to step into a relationship and you want it to be something that you want to move on with and to push forward with, and you want to be happy in, make sure you are clearly deciding what exactly you want. A lot of people step into relationships to just see how things go. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're stepping to every single relationship just to see how things go, whether you're friends, family, whoever it may be, maybe you're trying to rekindle a relationship from the past, or whether you're trying to strengthen a relationship that you currently have, make sure you have at least some type of goals and ideas of what you want this relationship to look like. It's tough to just step in a relationship and not know where it's going to go, because then you feel directionless, and it hurts the relationship in the long run, because you're not focusing on what the agenda is. Not to say that it has to be all black and white, but make sure there are some black and white things in your gray. Simple as that. So To make this as simple as possible, the 3 mistakes when it comes to intimate relationships. Number one is that you invite everybody in your relationships. Everybody's giving you advice about the relationship. Everybody's telling you what you should do. Not to say that advice is bad, but remember, it's better to filter out these people and not always invite them in, because now you're solidifying something that shouldn't be solidified. You should have a solid foundation with your significant other instead of having foundations with other people, and it becomes disjointed. The second thing is that you and your significant other cannot have those tough conversations. You tend to avoid them, or your significant other tends to avoid them. Remember, tough conversations are part of a relationship. Don't run away from them. Have them. Yes, there may be some loud voices, or there may be some different perspectives that you don't agree with, but it's better for you to have those conversations than not. Finally, the last thing, the very most important thing, is that please have an agenda. Have a mindset of what you want your relationships to look like. It's okay to sometimes step into things just to see where they go, but not every relationship. Not every relationship is like, oh, I'll just fill it out. No, please have a mindset of what you want. What do you want the relationship to look like, and what do you want the relationship to look like as far as having success? Simple as that. Now, if you're struggling with any of these things, please message me. Go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com. Fill out that relationship checklist so that you figure out exactly what are the things that you're struggling with. Also, sign up for that free coaching session so we can figure out if we're a good match for each other as well. Facebook Colab Coaching, Instagram Colab Coaching. All my series, all my videos are on YouTube, COLAB Coaching. Finally, I wrote an amazing book, Fresh Eyes, Solve Problems Easier, the Self-Love Relationship Project. It's on Barnes & Noble's, Amazon. It's an ebook, it's an audio book. Wherever you find your need for books to listen and read, you can find this book. Give me a review. Tell me what you thought about it. If you liked it, great. If you didn't like it, great. Write a review. As simple as that. With that being said, share this with anyone that is struggling with these mistakes, and they continuously make these mistakes. I promise you, there are things that could be avoided if you just work on it. With that being said, be safe out there. Have a wonderful day. Bye.